want to thank everybody for coming out, especially my friends came all the way up from Miami to see me. I went to India with these crazy people for a month. A month. What they didn't tell me when we were over there was the national drink for India is Pepto-Bismol. They dragged my ass everywhere. And when I got home, I had lost, in 3 weeks, I lost 16 pounds. I was 2 tits on a stick. You know, big boobs are so overrated. Anybody who has them will tell you that. I started out as a 34 double D. I'm now a 38 long. Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I never got married, and I'm grateful for it because I am a psycho magnet. Just to give you an example, I went on Tinder about 4 or 5 months ago, and I meet this guy, and I thought, wow, he might be the one. He was really good looking, he was smart, he worked out, he loved nature, he loved animals. He grew up in the Everglades, and he had a pet parrot that talked dirty. And I thought, wow, isn't that cool? Until he brought the bird in the bedroom while we were having sex. Do you know the stinking parrot came before I did? We're finished having sex. I look up and the bird is smoking a cigarette. It gets worse though. Then I went on that Jewish dating site. What's the name of it? No, Plenty of Gefilte Fish. Leave it to me, I picked the only Jew in Miami with no money. His name was Ira. Ira, only a Jew can name their kid after a tax shelter. And he was just lazy. He smoked so much pot, he could bring back Bob Marley from the dead. And he was so unambitious. His motto in life was, aim low, avoid disappointment. And what really broke the bank though, I asked him to get me a boob job. He got me the lunch shift at Hooters. Then I went on to date an Arab guy. At my age, let's face it, I dated the United Nations. But he was kind of cool, but we always had a language barrier. He always wanted me to speak fluent fellatio. And I'm kind of naive. I thought that cunnilingus was an Irish airline. You know, Jim, the longest relationship I ever had was with my dog, Howard. 9 years. He was a good kisser though. You know, there's hope for me though. My father got married at 90, or remarried I guess, at 90 years old. And it wasn't to some young thing that was after him for his money. Quite the contrary. She was like a titan in her industry. She was the original realtor to the Ming Dynasty. And I never understood what he saw in her, except that they were both really cheap. My father was so cheap, he had a coupon for his own cremation. And that was the Sonny's Barbecue. And she was just as cheap. She was in the doctor 4 times a week. I think it was for the free coffee or something. But the doctors are just as bad, they're on the tape. He wanted her to have a mammogram. By this time she was 93. A mammogram? What are they going to do? Point the camera at her knees? Yeah, it's insane. You know, I do a lot of comedy with young kids. They're millennials or they're Gen Zs, and they make fun of me. They call me an old lady or a golden girl. And I kind of call them baby food. But they're right, I am old. I don't get the thinking today. I don't know what they're talking about with the sexual identity stuff. How many genders can you have? and they have like sexual, what is it, gender fluid, non-binary. I don't even know what that means. Pansexual, transsexual. My parents taught me when men were men and sheep were nervous. All right? I asked these kids, what does LGBTQI plus stand for? I can't get a straight answer out of anybody. I got your pronoun right here. Yeah, I just don't get it. You know, in the cancel culture. And where are those Me Too bitches? You don't hear from them anymore. Don't get me wrong. Me too. But not in a really long time. I didn't understand what they were complaining about, though. I welcome a little sexual harassment. Even date rape. At least the guy is considerate enough to make a date. Cosby had to put the kibosh on that, though. Yeah, you know, it's a two-tiered justice system, though. When a man talks dirty to a woman, that was sexual harassment. But when a woman talked dirty to a man, that was $15 a minute. You know, in all honesty, though, the Me Too girls did a lot of good. They brought down some nasty, nasty people like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby, as a matter of fact. They even brought down the governor of New York. Remember him? Cuomo, right. When he got in that trouble, they took a survey and they asked all the women in New York, if given the opportunity, would you ever sleep with Andrew Cuomo? 87% of them said, never again. And the cancel culture. Who are these people? Who are they? And they're heavy hitters. They bring down powerful people. Like they brought down Ellen DeGentleman. And Oprah Winfrey. I mean, Oprah. That's right, Oprah. She gets on my nerves. What a meddling busybody she is. She really screwed up the monarchy. And I happen to be a royal watcher. She did that interview with Prince Harry and Yoko Ono, Meghan. Poor Harry, he got himself in a mess. Yeah, but you know what? I like her company, Weight Watchers. Yeah, it works. It really works. I used to be a porker. You don't even, yeah. Not anymore. 2 tits on a stick, baby. Yeah. It goes like this. You just have to phone it in. You don't even have to show up. And it goes like this. If you call up and it says, if you think you're 20 pounds overweight, press 1. If you think you're morbidly obese, press 2. And if you haven't gotten laid in the past 3 years, press the pound sign. So I press the pound sign, and it says, you're fat. What do you expect? Yeah, everybody's woke today. Coke is woke. That's right, the Target went woke on us. Even McDonald's. A while back though, they came up with the McBiden burger. Order anything you want and the guy behind you will pay for it. A lot of liberals here in this room. They'll do anything, McDonald's, for money though. They're pushing now a new progressive movement, Fat Lives Matter. Yeah, they're trying to sell 20-pound hamburgers called the Fatty Patty. If you buy a free hamburger, they give you a bumper sticker. Keep your chins up. And they had everybody come over and kneel in solidarity, but they couldn't get back up. And now they're getting in bed with Bill Gates. You know, this guy is getting out of control here. I swear to God. You know, it's okay with the computers, but now he's trying to mess with our food chain. He wants to clone chickens and do stuff without meat, but he went into bed with McDonald's, and they're coming up with a hamburger made out of 100% B-flips. They're gonna call it the Mick Jagger. I know that's sick. I just know that joke. The Mick Jagger, come on now. Yeah, you know, and nobody wants to work anymore, myself included. But the kids that are doing a bad job, they call it quietly quitting. Come on now, that's ridiculous. I always thought Mother Teresa had a really good gig. Hear me out, this woman was sort of as a freeloader though, and a grifter. But she traveled all over the world on someone else's jet, I might add. She hobnobbed with celebrities, dined with royalty, so she had a shitty wardrobe and no sex life. Either do I. Ugly little woman, though. She could have used a little lipstick. She even scared the lepers. And they said she generated hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, I went to India. I didn't see any improvement over there. Where's the money, Terry? What'd you do with the money? They could have used some plumbing, if you ask me. The place stunk. Nope, it's a fraud, a grifter, I say. Hey, anybody here from a dysfunctional family? Yeah, like no shit. Who the hell isn't? You got mental baggage, fly United. They'll be sure to lose it. Yeah. You know, all my friends, they were on my case. Lee, you want to be helpful with people. Your idol was Mother Teresa. Why don't you do something nice for the people? Why don't you help the homeless? They can't work. They have a drug and alcohol problem. Am I missing something? I have to go to work to support my drug and alcohol problem. In fact, I didn't even know I had an alcohol problem until I did my taxes. I had to list Jim Beam, Johnny Walker, and Don Julio as dependents. But back to the dysfunctional family, my mother liked to drink. She liked to drink vodka. Vodka, cream, and Metamucil. A white roughage. Actually, that's not true. My mother was a beer drinker. She was a sergeant, a drill sergeant in the Marine Corps. She was tough. Did anybody ever see, what's that movie? Mommy Dearest? That was her. Yeah, we didn't get punished as kids. We got waterboarded. Yeah, it was tough. And we said, Ma, come on, you gotta get some help here. Find a support group. Why don't you go to Alcoholics Anonymous? She says, what's Anonymous? I know everybody. She finally found one now for fat women who feel compelled to wear spandex. Yeah, I'm a refugee from the left coast. I lived in Los Angeles for many years. I had to get out of there. Talk about diversity, though. First, I lived in Little Ethiopia down on Fairfax. Anybody here from Los Angeles? It's one little strip, and they call it Little Ethiopia. And it's all fine dining and excellent restaurants. And I'm thinking, fine dining? My God, what the hell do these people know about food? Aren't they just starving to death? And then I moved to Little Beverly Hills. Yeah, there was a Burger King on every corner. And the women all were still wearing burqas there. It's kind of creepy. They don't even look at you. But when I went into my building, it was brand new, and they're very nice though. The lady came over with a welcoming wagon. I think she had a couple of sheep's eyeballs or something. But she wore the full burqa, and I said, oh my God, how do I make this woman comfortable? So I talked to her through the mail slot. I had to get out of LA though, and I ended up at the doorstep of my sister, who happened to be very nice and took me in. But I came back to find out, oh my God, my sister is a condo Nazi. I should have known. She was always a tattletale when we were kids. Oh yeah. And she was the kind, she was a crossing guard when we were little. You know, the ones that wore the yellow ribbon? Oh yeah. But when I first got there, she had 2 German shepherds, Ava and Adolf. I never saw a dog with a mustache before. And my sister, she's a psychologist by trade. She's got a diagnosis for everybody. And she tells me, you know, Lee, I think you're bipolar. I said, all right, well, maybe bipolar light. She says, I think you're the one who needs a psychologist. I said, okay, I'm down with that. That's all right, find me somebody. Well, it didn't work out too well. I think I slept with him too soon. Because in the morning, we both wanted $500. David, you ready to come and bail me out? You guys have been so good. Thank you so much. It's been a long time since I've been on stage. Thank you. That's my fan club.